Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Button, and I'm here today because I believe in the credit union movement. And if you're watching this presentation, then I can only assume that you believe in the movement as well. Over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to cover my credit union's strategic business plan. Get ready for an in-depth exploration of True Grocer Federal Credit Union and all it has to offer. Enjoy the show. Before we get into the strategic business plan, we're first going to set the stage. And by setting the stage, we're going to look at True Grocer's mission statement and vision statements and see if there could be a little work there, maybe a little enhancement to better align with our strategic goals and to better serve our membership. True Grocer Federal Credit Union's current mission statement reads, True Grocer Federal Credit Union remains committed to its mission of providing outstanding service and value, best-in-class service delivery channels, great technology, lower and fewer fees, and competitive loan and dividend rates, while all delivering strong financial performance. Although a solid mission statement, I believe it could use less specific verbiage related to delivery channels, fees, loans, dividend rates. If our mission includes commoditized services based on rates, then we're subject to being evaluated solely on those premises. And to be quite honest, any credit union could say they have got great rates or dividends. It's really not a mission that we want to be extending out to our members to saying, hey, we offer this great rate. Well, so does XYZ credit union. It's nothing we really want to compare ourselves with. What we want to do in a mission statement is get our members, our True Grocer members, to believe what we believe in, right? It should provide the member with a sense of affiliation, this belonging to a group with similar beliefs, so they have emotional connection to our mission statement. Recommended changes. Number one, lose specific verbiage on commoditized products and services. Number two, start with why we exist as a credit union. Why are we here? Why do we come to work every day? What's our purpose? And number three, aim to build a strong affiliation to the credit union. Invoke a sense of community. That's what we're really after. So my recommended changes, or my upgraded mission statement as I call it, would be founded by grocery store workers in 1965, True Grocer Federal Credit Union exists to help our members realize their financial dreams. True Grocer believes in the credit union movement of service over profit. Our innovative financial services are tailored to meet the diverse needs of grocery store workers and their families. Done. That mission statement speaks to why we exist, our history, right? And then we've been around since 1965. I don't think a lot of our members know that how long we've actually been around. And so we want to speak to those values that our members also value, and that's the grocery industry, right, and their families. So if I was going to review our mission statement and upgrade it to this new, cleaner, more emotion-invoking statement, I would go with this. Currently, True Grocer does not. Let's review True Grocer's business strategy. Before we review our competition, I want to give you some background and context to how it aligns with our overall strategy. So our number one strategy is to broaden and diversify our membership base. Tap into that 2.5 million potential members that we have all across 50 states. Our biggest issue with True Grocer over the last 20 years has been our membership loss. We've had as many as 50,000 members at True Grocer, and currently we're down to 22,180. Now, with a potential membership base of 2.5 million, you would think that would be easy to attract the members. But our field of membership is set up in such a way in which we have to qualify those members. We have to qualify them through their employment or through current members as family members is very difficult. 2.5 million spread across the United States working at 150 different grocery store brands. How do we go about targeting those members, reaching out to them, telling them our story? It's been a huge challenge. So our number one strategy, as I mentioned, is to broaden and diversify from our legacy members, and I'll call our legacy members our Albertsons members. Up until 2006, we were Albertsons Employee Federal Credit Union, and bringing in new members was easy. Every time Albertsons hired new people, they had to use our payroll, in which they didn't have a payroll system, so they would come through us for payroll, and then as well as have their direct deposit. So we just had a built-in surefire system of bringing new members. After 2006, when we lost our single seg partner, the first time Albertsons was bought and sold, even though they're recently being bought and sold right now as we speak, we lost that connection. And we tried to find different fields of membership, possibly community, multiple common bond, but we chose to go into what's called a TIPS charter, or trade, industry, or profession. And under the NCUA bylaws, what we can do is any person who qualifies for field of membership based on a trade, industry, or profession, we can have as a member, which is great. But we just haven't seen the growth. And in fact, we've seen membership loss from switching to that. And so we are trying to find several different strategies to start attracting new members as well as retaining our existing. Our second strategy is to maintain existing members through what we call our member relationship building opportunities, or MRBO. At other places, they may refer to it as cross-selling, but we don't believe in the word sell. We're not selling our members anything. We're trying to find products and services that meet their needs. A lot of other institutions beat us at what we would refer to as MRBO because they've been trained and they've been doing it for many, many years. And quite frankly, they compete with other community-based credit unions, and they've had to grow their institution using this. Since we were single segment for so long, many of our employees have never been trained to spot or identify additional opportunities that our members could use simply by looking at credit report, looking at their account, asking open-ended questions, getting to know them personally. Really, we were just order takers when we were Albertsons Employee Credit Union, and that suited us. It worked, right? We were growing. We had a high loan to share. Our ROA was great. We had great capital. Why would you change? Well, we changed our field of membership. And since then, we've been trying to figure out ways to grow it. And what we really need to do is make our members closer to the credit union. Looking at the data, you can see that members, lifelong members of credit unions, typically have 4 products or services at a minimum. If you have somebody who's using a checking, a savings, a money market, and has a loan, or you name it, any one of those products or services, what's the likelihood they're going to leave your credit union? It's very, very low. But if you have those members who have a single product or service, such as just a loan, there's a very high chance that they could leave the credit union, right? They got a great rate. They just want the loan. They're not going to be very close to us. They likely won't refer us to other family members. And so the MRBO is really about bringing the member closer to True Grocer. And we want to engage them more frequently so that we can hear what needs they have, and maybe we can fulfill those needs. Number 3 is to build new member relationships using targeted approaches. And the targeted approaches is really looking at different technologies, different solutions that we can use to find those eligible members, those 2.5 million members across the United States. Up until a couple of years ago, we really had no reliable way of being able to find those members. What we have found is a large social media employer-based website that I'm sure that everyone on this presentation is aware of and has used, and that's LinkedIn. LinkedIn gives us the opportunity to locate potential members, because if you have a LinkedIn account, you are going to list to your current employer. And LinkedIn even has very sophisticated marketing campaigns that you can create and target those people based off their employer. If you take a look at this slide, we are looking at Kroger, which is one of the largest grocery stores in the United States, and they have more than 10,000 employees on LinkedIn. So we are starting to dive into LinkedIn marketing, create campaigns where we can grow the membership by reaching out to them and putting that True Grocer bright orange in front of them. So far, we've seen quite a bit of success as far as brand awareness, impressions, and we are even starting to see an uptick in membership and through our loan pipeline. So we will continue to use LinkedIn to find those potential members. For instance, we're here in the Treasure Valley in Boise, Idaho, and we can't market the way that the other credit unions do, right? If they have TV ads or billboard ads, or they have radio ads, how could we measure, number one, ROI, and number two, most of the people listening are not going to be grocery store workers. They wouldn't even be eligible. So if we had a rate promo of, let's say, 5.99 for auto loans out to 84 months right now, and we put that on the radio, that could open us up to a reputation risk that we don't want to go down that path, because we're marketing these great rates, but only so many people can qualify for membership. So we're really trying to come into that targeted approach using technology. There's a few other companies out there, Savvy Money to name another one, that can find individuals based on employer. And so we're exploring those options, and we're starting to deploy those options. And hopefully that will give us some momentum to bring back some membership growth. Next, I want to share some of our marketing and branding examples. Brand recognition creates instant recognition as well as offers a differentiation in the market. Having a strong brand at True Grocer will increase the likelihood that people will choose our credit union over others. Our brand strategy is to be fun, to be bold, and to use bright neon orange wherever possible. We want to elicit an emotional feeling from our members so that they are more inclined to use our products and services and refer us to others. To become zealots for the credit union is what we're after. Here are a few examples of our branding and marketing that I really enjoy, and I think that really set a good example for what I'm trying to explain in our strategy. The first one on the left, in talking with our marketing director, Zaira Martinez, I love the Breathe campaign. So we've used Breathe before in the past. We used it this last summer. You can breathe easy this summer by switching to True Grocer or getting our loan at 3.99%. I mean, it's just the feeling of breathing easier, reducing stress, right? Who isn't feeling the pain of inflation right now? Inflation is really crushing many of our members and many of those out there, right? So if we could lower their payment by $100 or $150 per month just by having a lower interest rate, not only are we accomplishing our mission, but True Grocer becomes that stress relief valve. We want that members to remember that I saved $150. I will never forget True Grocer. I was going through a really rough patch, right? Back in 2023 when I could barely afford my groceries, and I refinanced my loan with this credit union called True Grocer, and I couldn't believe their rate, right? We want them to remember that forever. And if it's a big enough impact, it will stick with them, and they're likely to become members or stay long-term members of the credit union. The other post is really around the holidays, and we're just trying to show people that, we're aware of, seasonal opportunities, and we typically run promos, and, people's budgets get really tight towards the end of the year because they tend to spend more. And so we try and time those promos, but we also want to send out messages letting them know, hey, we get it. Black Friday is next week, and we want to give you a $199 purchase promo on your Visa. And some of our members are going, holy cow, what a great rate. My credit card rate is 29% right now. And all we say is thank you for being a True Grocer member. That's what we're here for. We're going to continue to look for opportunities like this in the future. And so these two examples of some of our marketing posts I really love because I think it really encompasses our brand and our mission, and really our job to serve the member, give them, a stress-free life. Also, I wanted to include this post. This is one from Instagram in which we teamed with the California Grocer Association. So we sponsored an event down there at the Topgolf. It was a ton of fun, and we want to make sure that we're out there in our grocery industry community. We want to bring our bright orange, make a statement, be involved, and make sure that they see us there, and that we're loud and we're proud, and we're going to share these things. A couple of the people on there are some of our senior VPs, and they know a lot of people in the industry. I just want to make sure that we will be there for not only for our members, but for the grocery industry. We believe in it. These are our frontline workers. We want to show that they care, and we want to live up to our mission as well. But we also want to have fun doing it, and we want to not only look like we're having fun. I know these two very well, and they had a lot of fun that day, met a lot of great people, and we're just trying to grow sort of in a grassroots way by getting out there and making sure that people are seeing True Grocer and seeing our bright orange, and we want to generate that curiosity of, I've sort of heard of True Grocer, but what are you guys really about? Oh, let us tell you. And so setting up that opportunity to bring those members in is really what it's about. Next, we're going to look at some of True Grocer's primary competitors, their mission statement, and how they differentiate from ours. First credit union is Certified Federal Credit Union, located in Southern California. They also serve a similar field of membership, that being grocery store workers and their families. They also include a few local communities surrounding the Southern California area. So when reviewing their mission statement, just like a bank, only better. We offer all the products and services you'd expect at a big bank. However, we are a non-for-profit organization that returns profits to our members. Certified Federal Credit Union is member-owned and committed to excellent service, one member at a time. Not bad. How that differentiates from ours. Certified's mission statement is more general and concise than our mission statement. It emphasizes a more individualized service and talks less about broad products and services. I do like how Certified emphasizes the credit union culture versus the traditional bank culture. They clearly state that in their mission statement that they are a nonprofit, and they have the same products or services that you would expect at a large bank. Overall, very solid. They're trying to appeal to their members that they are, in fact, a credit union and we operate separately, but just because we are a credit union doesn't mean we don't have the same products and services. We can still service you like the Wells Fargos or the Chases of the world. Next credit union, which is KEMBA, or Kroger Employees Benefit Association. That's an acronym, but is a single seg credit union through Kroger, the grocery store, now the largest grocery-specific store in the United States. In fact, they just acquired Albertsons, our former partner. And let's take a look at their mission statement. So we exist to enrich the financial lives of our members and associates, and we'll do so with passion, empathy, and integrity. At our core, we are committed to serving our membership and returning financial value to the cooperative. Member and consumer financial education Upholding the democratic principles Kemba was founded on, and the credit union movement, recognizing the value of diversity across our staff, volunteer board of directors, and entire membership, actively participating in the communities. We serve with public service and financial support. How we differentiate from Kemba's mission statement. Kemba's mission statement is more member-centric, while True Grocer's mission statement talks about financial performance and the features of membership. Their mission statement places a greater emphasis on community and diversity about the community, and they definitely have a strong community focus throughout their entire mission statement. I feel that Kemba's mission statement does a better job of eliciting an emotional response with the members. I do think it's a little lengthy, but overall, it's a solid mission statement. If I were to critique theirs, I would say they could make it a little bit shorter, but the points they're trying to make are very valid, and I think they do a good job of expressing why they exist. Okay, number 3. This one's for all you Texas folks. HEB Federal Credit Union. Let's take a look at their mission statement. HEB Federal Credit Union has been helping partners for 55 years, and we look forward to the chance to work with you. Joining the credit union is an opportunity for all partners and their immediate family members. Membership is part of the total benefits package with HEB. So how does that differentiate from True Grocer? I would say that HEB mission statement places a strong emphasis on inclusivity and the credit union's benefit to HEB employees. As you can tell from their branding, they carry the same colors, the same logo, everything is a grocery store, which I think is to their benefit. If they can associate with such a strong brand, especially in the state of Texas, it makes sense to do so because, as you know, everyone in Texas loves HEB. I happen to love HEB's Federal Credit Union's branding. Everything looks really good. It almost looks like you're on the HEB grocery website. In contrast, our statement focuses more on the commitment of delivering services and financial performance to its members and goes into too many commoditized services. One item on HEB's that I would care to mention is it only includes HEB workers and their families. I think as they continue to grow, as credit unions get more competitive and more mergers happen, I think they will likely open up their field of membership just because of the fact of if you're relying solely on a single partner, as we've seen historically with credit unions, those tend to migrate into more of a community focus because a single seg partner, if they're not growing, then your credit union will have a difficult time growing. And lastly, Publix Employees Federal Credit Union. So Publix is a large grocery store out of Florida. They've actually moved into Georgia as well. If you've ever been in Florida, they pretty much dominate the grocery market down there. And let's take a look at their mission statement. Delivering the best value for lifelong relationships one member at a time. Very short and concise, almost more of a visual statement. But the most obvious difference would be that it's so short that it's hard to encompass what you're trying to do within your mission. I do like the end of the sentence where it talks about lifelong relationships, one member at a time. That one member at a time focus makes you feel not like you're not a number, and they're a fairly large credit union. They're $1.3 billion in assets. So if they can keep that one-on-one member feel, I think that's to their advantage. Overall, I would say they could lengthen their mission statement, and that my upgraded True Grocer mission statement that talks more about why we exist and the things that and the different opportunities that we can provide our members is actually a stronger mission statement compared to Publix. What is True Grocer's ideal target audience? What does our primary member look like? We're going to walk through that on this slide. So number one, is, we're looking from the demographic standpoint, is at age. The average age of our credit union member is 53 years old, and with each passing month, our average age gets 1 month older. So what that says to us from the data is that we're retaining members, but as they age out, we need to find and attract new members in order to continue to grow membership. Number 2, we're looking at people with families. A family would be anything with more than one person, only because we have lots of products and services set up to serve families, right? Our number one loan product is a mortgage, HELOCs, auto loans, RV loans, and personal loans. So we're trying to suit the family needs, right? As a family grows, they tend to have more expenses, so they have more complicated financial needs. And that's really what we're suited for. So we're going to continue to look for younger families that can grow with the credit union. Number 3, they work in the grocery industry, and preferably they're at that mid-management level, either a store director or assistant store director, only because they have great influence on other employees as far as referring members. So we have found out through looking at data that some of our best members are store directors, and they tend to share our story and some of our great rates with their employees. So we just find that as a really good conduit to continue to grow the credit union. Number 4, their preference is for online banking. So we are going to call this our digital branch right here, and we know this is the future, and we're putting all of our resources and time and effort into growing our digital presence, because we know the future of banking is going to be taking place on your phone. Not that branches don't serve a place, but we are going to find solutions that can help the younger generation build a relationship with us. Now that we've identified our primary True Grocer member through a persona, how do we communicate with that member? Number 1, we want to highlight our mission-driven philosophy, why we exist. We exist to honor those who keep us fed, who are frontline workers, who are there for us through the pandemic, that continue to work day in, day out, and to be quite honest, we probably take for granted. We want to make sure that we put them on a pedestal, because I feel like they are possibly the forgotten industry that keeps us running, right? Our grocery stores are frontline workers, right? Number 2, we're going to emphasize the value of our products and services. We've always been below market rates, and mainly because we operate very efficiently. We have roughly 75% of the staff of a normal credit union, so we can continue to give that value back to the members, especially on the loan side. So we're going to emphasize that. We're going to lead with loans, because later on you'll see in their business strategy that's going to be one of our main key components, is to drive loans to give value back to the members. Number 3, live our brand. Be passionate about the members' lives. Understand what they're going through. You know, their ups, their downs, their needs. Really get to know them on a personal basis. We want to make sure that we're tailoring our services. We don't want to just say that in our mission. We really want to fulfill that. So we need to know what's happening in the grocery industry, stay abreast of recent news, and make sure we're there for our members, not only now, but in the future. What's holding True Grocer back from achieving its strategic goals? The primary obstacle for True Grocer is understanding how to leverage our brand and share our mission and story with our members. In 2006, we underwent a rebranding process, transitioning from Albertsons Employee Federal Credit Union to True Grocer. After we lost our connection with Albertsons, our marketing and member engagement strategies remained unchanged. Our credit union was not able to compete with other financial institutions or attract members from a nationwide audience. our culture was not member-centric. It had become process-focused, and we lost our members in that we just followed processes, but didn't look to service the needs of those we serve. We were good at taking and fulfilling orders from members as they came into the branch, but not engaging them in any meaningful way. The decline in our membership began once we lost the influx of members from Albertsons, and we have not been able to demonstrate the ability to keep members since 2006. Another significant hurdle we face is our field of membership. While we have the capability to operate on a nationwide scale via our tip charter, identifying and attracting potential new members who meet our membership criteria is a big challenge. Grocery store workers across the country do not share a common bond like other industries. And several of the larger grocery chains already have dedicated credit unions, such as Kroger, H-E-B, and Publix. And lastly, our previous leadership was very conservative in several areas, including investing into technology that we could be using today to source new members and serve members nationwide. Particularly in the areas of new member account opening and new loan applications. We recently just got a new loan origination software where we could get a loan application, approve it, and fund it within 5 minutes. Previously, we had a very long, arduous process for the member to open an account as well as apply for a loan, and we saw high attrition rates, high abandon rates amongst those two processes. So we looked to fix those, but we're still missing on technology. And we know we really need to focus on the technology piece if we want to attract newer members who look at True Grocer and can rely on us for their online banking and the technology they need to support their daily lives. Getting to work, strategic business goals. Now that we've reviewed what's holding us back, our competitors, our brand and marketing strategy, we're going to look at our 3 main objectives that we feel are most important to push along True Grocer from a business strategy. Number 1, membership growth. As I mentioned earlier, True Grocer has been struggling with membership loss over the last 20 years, and our biggest strategic goal is to reverse that loss. As you can see here in the table, we are a little bit different than the average credit union as far as our loss. And that goes back to a lot of the things I mentioned previously, in that when we transitioned from a single seg to the TIPS charter, we have failed to change our culture, our brand, our identity. So number 1, membership growth. Number 2 is loan growth. True Grocer historically has not been very lent out. And as we know, lending can pay for a lot of resources, technology. It also serves the member, right? Our mission is to serve the member, give them the loans that they need, be there for them. We were very tight on underwriting before. So we're going to look to grow loans where we can without exposing ourselves to undue risk. Number 3, increase our average member relationship building opportunity score. What that says to us is we are bringing the membership closer to True Grocer. By having more products and more services, those members are going to be stickier and remain with True Grocer well out into the future, and they will be advocates for the credit union. And so we will look to grow and put in place initiatives to increase our member relationship building opportunities. How will we address membership growth? So our goal is to reverse membership loss by 2027 and start reversing course and start to grow the membership in a positive direction. Our initiatives will focus on finding new channels, new mediums to build prospective members. We are also going to engage with the NCUA about opening up our field of membership to include more grocery store workers who are not currently included. That includes stores like Walmart, Costco, and believe it or not, Amazon is the second largest grocer in the United States. strategies behind this. So our first strategy is to hire 4 area relationship managers in major metropolitan areas to actively promote the credit union and visit grocery stores on a regular basis. We'll give each one of those relationship managers a truck, so a vehicle wrapped in True Grocer branding and logos. We'll give them an iPad and the ability to go and meet with distribution centers and grocery stores and sign up people right on the spot. Number 2, we're going to use targeted marketing through LinkedIn. We're going to increase our budget there because we've seen a little success as we started to roll that out to find more potential members within our field of membership. Let's get back to tactics. Area relationship managers. So our plan is to hire and train 4 area relationship managers in 2024 in specific markets in the United States. And we've done some data and we've looked at employment data where the highest concentration of grocery store workers exist. We found that in the Northwest, it's in the Seattle metro area. In the Mountain West, it would be in the Denver, Colorado area. In the East Coast, it would be in that Philadelphia, New York corridor. And then finally, in the Chicago metro area. Success indicators. So we will track the success of the program by the number of new members that are reported on our monthly data tracking sheets that we use internally through our core. So we can identify new members through our core based on the number of new memberships. And our target is for each area relationship manager to bring in 200 new members per year. At 200 members per year, if that happened in 2023, we would break even on members. So we believe that this is very feasible as long as we give them the resources, the training, continue to support them when they're out in the field, when they're bringing in new members, making sure we have good products and services, that should be something that we can accomplish. LinkedIn targeted marketing. So right now we spend roughly around $8,000 per month on LinkedIn marketing, and it's bringing click-through rates at about $1,500 per month. It's generating about 100 new leads and roughly around 15 new members. We feel if we amplify that and include more promos, that we could enhance our marketing on LinkedIn, enhance our brand awareness. So we plan to increase our budget there to $16,000, and that could lead to anywhere between 25 and 100 new members per year, but also bring in more loans as well. Let's now talk about our number 2 objective, which is loan growth. So our plan is to increase our loan to share to 75% by 2027. And we have a few initiatives to be able to hit on our objectives. One of those initiatives is to launch an indirect lending program in which we can tap into our nationwide potential membership base. Our other initiative is to launch Savvy Money to reach members with existing loans to identify refinance opportunities. Let's jump into the tactics for our indirect lending. So we will recruit and hire an indirect lending manager with dealership experience as well as loan underwriting. By bringing someone with experience that can help us fast track our indirect lending program as well as safeguard us against any dealer malfeasance. Additionally, we will be able to tap into more members and use our vendor partners to identify grocery store workers based on the loan application. Success indicators. So we will monitor our indirect lending on a month-to-month basis, checking, of course, liquidity, but also the performance of our indirect lending program. But the main strategic goal of indirect lending is to bring brand awareness to True Grocer Federal Credit Union, get our name out there amongst grocery stores and grocery store employees so that we can grow our footprint. Let's go back to Savvy Money. So Savvy Money offers personalized loan offers based on members' rates at other institutions. What it does is it goes into and looks for opportunities for refinancing at True Grocer at a lower rate. We consider that to be a win-win type program in which we're bringing in more loans and the member is also getting a lower rate and a lower payment as well. Success indicators for the Savvy Money program. Using our loan origination software, we can actually track those applications that come into our queues, and then we can pull reports and see how effective this program is at bringing loans and helping members. We will also follow up with phone calls with any members who apply through Savvy Money to make sure they're getting the service and that they're happy with their rate, and also to talk to them about additional opportunities such as checking accounts, online banking, savings, and money market. Member relationship building opportunities is a metric that we have come up with to assess our ability to get members into our products and services. As I've mentioned earlier, the more products and services our members have, the higher the likelihood that they will stay around as members. Initiatives. Our primary focus will revolve around engaging True Grocer members with a uniform message, emphasizing a commitment to their financial needs. Our employees will be trained to seek opportunities to enhance relationships by suggesting additional loan products tailored to their credit reports, asking them open-ended questions, and consistently acting in the best interest of the member. Moreover, we will introduce special loan offers that present bonus loan opportunities or deposit rate opportunities for our members. Strategies. So the first strategy is to train our legacy members on how to engage the membership and how to speak with them in ways in which maybe we could find out the needs and some of the different products that would suit those individual members. Tracking and incentivizing MRBO activities. So we will build incentive programs built on the average MRBO score at every single branch. And we will regularly communicate those incentives and follow up with additional training with those branches. We will emphasize MRBO at all credit union meetings and make it a part of the culture and expectation. The new expectation at True Grocer is to make sure that we are talking to our members, engaging, understanding what hurdles and what issues they may be experiencing so that we can better find a solution. Success indicators. So through our core system, we are able to create metrics on our MRBO. So we'll be looking at that every single month and tracking that month by month and assessing where we are on our current level of MRBO. Right now, our average is somewhere in the 2.5 range, 2.6 products, and we really strive to get into the mid to upper threes, and hopefully by 2025 have an average MRB score of 4, because we know that any credit union member with 4 or more products is likely to stay with the credit union and also refer our institution to their family members or other coworkers. Closing thoughts and summary. So throughout today's presentation, we covered a lot, including our mission, our vision statement, our competitors, their mission statements, their branding strategies, our ideal member, and how we communicate with that member. And then dove into what I feel are our 3 primary objectives when it comes to our strategic business plan. Number 1, growing the membership. True Grocer's biggest downfall in the last 20 years has been our missed opportunities to grow our membership, to engage with those 2.5 million members all across the United States. So I feel that The area relationship manager strategy, we're putting those 4 area managers in those metropolitan areas and giving them the resources they need to succeed, is going to help us tremendously when it comes to addressing membership loss. Also, targeted marketing through LinkedIn, helping us find those potentially eligible members, is going to help a ton. And, because, realizing when doing this exercise, realizing what kind of competition is out there, right? Looking at the certified federal credit union and HEB and Publix, they have a lot of great things going on as well. And if we don't get our brand out there and our story, then this membership slide could continue. So being able to implement these strategies and make sure that we're successful will be key for True Grocer, especially in the next 5 to 10 years. Number 2, growing loans. Growing loans for me is really about serving the underserved. Helping more members, not just approving an A+ paper, making sure we look at every loan very carefully and understanding why we're here. Remember, our brand is that we're here to support our members in good times and bad. And I think you can really demonstrate that through your lending. Our lending strategies, as far as indirect lending and Savvy Money, will help us grow loans in that we only have a direct channel at this time. And so if we can grow our loans, then financially it should help us be a little bit more stable in times of market fluctuations, considering interest rates. And number 3, increasing our MRBO, right? What that means is bringing our membership closer to the credit union, engaging them in a very thoughtful way, and presenting to them our why, and then finally moving into our how, and then what we offer. So I really want to see this initiative take off so that we have more member engagements, so that we don't see so many accounts go dormant. That's really one of our key issues, is seeing lots of accounts go dormant, probably because they don't hear from us or have a product. And so we just need to re-engage the membership, and the MRBO initiatives, I believe, will do that. Lastly, I have a couple quotes here that I just put into the presentation because I just felt like they resonated with me very strongly with this project. The first one is, a brand is a voice and a product is a souvenir. So to me, when I think about that quote, I think about the true opportunity, right? The true opportunity is our way of providing the member with that service or that product that really becomes the voice of our credit union. We want them to take that home with them, tell all of their friends, tell their family members that, hey, True Grocer is the best credit union. They're my credit union. I'm a grocery store worker, and this is what they have. This is how they treat me. I'm just not a number, that I'm truly a member, and I feel like I belong. Second quote is, if people believe they share values with a company, they will stay loyal to their brand. So as mentioned before, if we can get our members to believe what we believe in, right, that we are here to serve those in the grocery industry, then they will become more loyal. They will trust us more. They will seek our advice. They will see us as a source of as change in their life, right? That we can help them through good times and through bad. And so those 2 quotes, I just wanted to throw those in their presentation. And I also wanted to thank you for being here with me today. It was a fun project. It was fun getting very in depth in the credit union and understanding who we are and our history and our mission. So I just want to thank you for your time.